parents, you have a major, major role. Um, it's not just your job to have a child and then, kind of just subconsciously or generationally parent them and just like, I guess, not really explain or support them. It's more of a do what I said because I said so. So there's not a lot of understanding or um, support or connection in that way. It's more of a, I'm going to do this so I don't get in trouble. I'm going to do this because my parent said so, but not, I'm going to do this because this makes sense, or my mom said so because of this, and it's going to help me do this, or because it feels aligned and good inside of my body. Like, um, we can't parent our children the same way that we were parented just because that's what we experience. We need to parent in a more intentional way, just like we need to show up for ourselves and live our life in a more intentional way. Our kids deserve that as well. And that's the best way to support them and help them thrive and feel empowered and confident and be able to have the confidence to make their own decisions, have the understanding of what it feels like within their body to make a good decision, to trust themselves, to know what it's like to make a mistake. Like all those things, they're very important within parenting. And also, your role as a parent is to know that each of your children is different. Yes, they have the same genetic makeup, right? Obviously, they are your children, but that doesn't mean that they're not all absolutely different. Maybe they're very, very similar, but maybe they're very different. And that's because there are five different energy types. And it's your role as a parent to help guide and support your child, empower them, and help them align with your design. And you do that by you showing up, by aligning with your design, and then helping your child through that process within themselves. So there are five different energy types. We can't teach and treat everyone exactly the same because each energy type has different needs, ways of processing information, ways of communicating, ways of showing up, different gifts, different talents, different energetic capabilities. Like everything matters based off of your human design. And so just starting with the energy types, even though it gets way deeper based off of the centers and gates and all of this stuff that you'll see if you get a human design body graph, all that makes a difference. But there are five different energy types. There's the generators. They're like the worker bees, the workaholics who love to utilize their energy in ways and exhaust their energy in ways that light them up, bring them joy, excite them. They can become very tunnel vision. They need yes or no questions. And that is very different from having a projector child who does not do well with yes or no question. A projector child is way more sensitive and may feel like they need to have all the answers for people, but people might not always listen to them. They might not always feel seen or heard. They might need a lot of space alone by themselves. That you may notice that one of your children likes to be around the family and like super loud and is always in the mix, and then one of your children is in the mix sometimes, but most of the time they need time by themselves. And it's not just because they don't want to be a part of the family shenanigans, they don't want to be around. It's because their energy literally cannot handle it. Projector energy, manifestor energy, reflector energy cannot handle being around generators and manifesting generators all day long. If there's a one projector in a house that's made up of pretty much primarily manifesting generators, that sacral energy does not turn off. They're going to need a lot of time alone. They might feel very overlooked and unseen within a house of people who are just always out there and talkative and loud and have very bold, energizing energy. That's just not how projectors, manifestors, or reflectors operate in that way. So knowing the differences is very important, um, and understanding your child and understanding yourself. So we have the generators I mentioned. Those are the ones who love to utilize their energy in ways that excite them and bring them joy. They like to master and perfect their craft. So um, that's a trait of a generator. Projectors are here to see deeply into people and master and improve systems and patterns and behaviors. They're really good at seeing into people and seeing systems and improving them. They have a lot of natural wisdom. A lot of them are just very intuitive, and they have a lot of wisdom from the experiences that they go through, or even just their intuition tells them. And so they like to share and tell and project that knowledge out, but it's very important for people to invite them in and for them to be recognized before they can share that information, and it can be received well, which makes projectors feel good, making letting a projector know that they're seen and heard and recognized and valued and appreciated. That makes them feel good. That's very important to them. If you have a manifestor child, you have a child who is unique and has ideas that are way ahead of their time that you may not be understood. They're unique, creative trendsetters. They're here to start new trends and come up with new creative ideas. They are like the lone wolf of the energy type. So they may like to spend time alone. They don't have a sacral center like generators and manifesting generators. So just like projectors, they need time alone. They need time to work out their creations and honor their creative flow. They don't like to be interrupted. They don't like to be told what to do. They challenge authority. They don't like to feel controlled. They're very, it is what it is. I'm going to say what it is, very blunt and direct type of people. And you can see that very easily in children, manifestor children, the ones who really fight back, don't like being told what to do. Um, I can bet you more than likely they are a manifestor. I've seen it in my clients, I've seen it in my nephews, I've seen it in the kids that I've been around. And all of the time, the child that is always anti being told or always like arguing with another sibling who might be telling them what to do, they've got manifestor in their energy. Okay. Manifesting generators are the multitaskers. They're multi-passionate. They like to be busy doing things all the time. And so having them slow down and choose one project to work on is not good for them. They like to try and sample things, and it might be good for them in the moment, but they might have to let it go and move on to the next. They learn each time they do something, which helps them create shortcuts and provide like insights on how to have shortcuts for everyone around. And then we have the reflectors, who are the rarest type, and they are here to sample out and mirror their environments. They have no defined centers. So basically their chart will look like this. None of these shapes will be colored in, maybe some of the numbers, but none of the shapes, which means they're taking in and amplifying energy all day long, everywhere they go. They're very sensitive to external energies, their environment, the people they're around, and they need a lot of alone time. They don't process information quickly. They're not meant to just blurt out answers and respond right away. They need time to process. Typically, they say a lunar cycle, but obviously, we don't always have 30 days to sit and think about something. But giving reflectors time to process is very important to their well-being, and to making aligned decisions. So that's just a quick little rundown of the 5 energy types. I would definitely suggest that if you don't know yours or you don't know your children, head on over to my website right now. I have a free calculator, sabledanielle.com. You can utilize that to determine your energy type, see what centers you have defined, and then you can book a consultation with me so we can talk about how that energy impacts you, how it impacts your parenting journey, how it's impacting your child, and how I can support you in aligning with your design. So I will catch y'all in the next video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.